So we got a tattoo. I got it under a bunch of us got it under my underwear.
I thought a slightly more appropriate place would be the arm.
Yeah, yeah. I got under the underwear.
Come on.
There you go.
There it is.
You getting that?
And why is this tattoo so significant? Stick around for Kung Fu Hot Dog's review of Warfare.
Let's push the button marked idiot and see what comes out. The following program contains naughty bits.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesday, I took a trip to my local Cineworld because for one day and one day only, they were showing Alex Garland's Warfare on the biggest screen in that setup, which is screen number 7. So I thought, I've got to get my ass down there. Now, I was unable to record a review for this film yesterday because, my God, I looked like I was at death's door. But today, obviously, I'm feeling a lot better. And maybe one day, folks, I will share with you what's going on with my personal health at the moment. It's something I'm just trying to get under control. But it's just so bizarre what's happening to me. And by the way, it's not a sympathy grift. It's not I want people to get more subscribers and eyes to my channel. I'm just going through some issues with my channel at the moment as well. It's just whatever. And actually, I don't even blame YouTube to this extent. I actually blame myself. It's one of those things. But today, folks, I just want to give you a quick review on Warfare, which, by the way, you really have to go and see this at the cinema. Don't wait for it to come on Amazon Prime or whatever streaming platform this film will end up on. It's by A24 Films, co-written by Ray Mendoza, one of the surviving soldiers in the Battle of Ramadi 2006. And I would say co-written, obviously, Alex Garland. Also, the film's director has co-written this film as well. And it's bizarre when you see Alex Garland's name attached to this, because this is the same bloke who a few weeks ago was on a podcast with Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog, basically attacking fans. That because, again, Neil Druckmann's got this crappy video game coming out in the future called Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. But it's so bizarre that when you see him talking to that ultra feminist called Cuckman, then he makes this very bravado, very manly, very masculine movie called Warfare. Again, by the very title of it, I mean, what are you expecting? And as an advocate myself for mental health for men, it was refreshing to watch a film that, in a very bizarre sort of way, does celebrate masculinity, not the toxic stuff as much. There is some male humor in this film, pretty funny. I won't tell you what it is. It happens earlier on in the movie. There's actually 2 instances of it, and I found them quite endearing. But when the film started, it was quite a silent beginning, so I thought, oh, is the projector off? What's going on? And then all of a sudden, Eric Prydz's Call on Me, that video appears at the beginning of the film. So I thought to myself, oh, is this a Tyler Durden moment from Fight Club where he splices the reels of film with naughty bits? And I just, man, it's so refreshing to see. If you've not seen the Eric Prydz video where they take this Steve Winwood song of Valerie, but they just use the main verse of Call on Me, that particular, celebrate that video, folks. And if you're a man of culture, you'll know exactly what that video, why it is celebrated. That actual song pivots to our platoon of soldiers just watching this video, mesmerized, because it's like, holy shit, they obviously haven't seen women for a long time. You know, they're lonely out there in Ramadi, not exactly known as a capital where you can hook up with chicks, if you know what I mean. And by the way, folks, I'm not going to spoil anything about this movie because there are things to spoil, but then again, you know, when you watch it, you'll know exactly why I didn't mention it. I want you to experience what I felt in this movie. So after that song is finished, it's nighttime, and some of the soldiers are still practicing the dance moves off that video, but they're actually scoping out the area for a building they can infiltrate to set up camp there. And they do actually find one. They need that particular building to survey enemy activity on the other side of that street. So you got Cosmo Jarvis, who's obviously the sniper elite dude with his camo sniper rifle on a makeshift perch of sofas. And it's very old school intel, because when he sees targets he's not seen before, with his other hand he has to get a notepad and pen and write what he observes and relays this intel to obviously the command unit, who obviously you don't see. And at this point everything's to be swimming along quite fine. We see the other members of this platoon, including Michael Gandolfini, Kit O'Connor, Joseph Quinn, who's going to be appearing in the Fantastic Four film, which I'm not looking forward to reacting to later on, because a brand new trailer dropped for that yesterday. Charles Melton, who plays a character called Jake, very pivotal character actually. Everything is recalled from memory. In fact, that I'm loosely basing it on the tagline of the film. So Ray Mendoza was one of the soldiers who was in this platoon, who then have to get two of their injured colleagues out of the way before the opposing Iraqi militia folks at the other end are coming in, are slowly swarming in. And make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, this Iraqi militia does not fuck around and only increases the stakes and the tension. The running time of the movie is 1 hour and 35 minutes. 95 minutes, folks. And everything you see from the beginning to the end all happens in real time. And this film, yeah, it doesn't really take that strict approach, but it takes the approach of, hey, you're watching this film, everything's happening more or less in real time. And again, I'm going to say something a bit controversial. It might seem like I'm glamorizing or trivializing this movie, but I've got to bring video games into this, a specific franchise called Call of Duty. Warfare is my real life Call of Duty film, like a proper dramatization. I know for years fans have said, oh, we need a Call of Duty film where you'll get Tom Hardy playing Captain John Price and you'll get somebody else playing Soap McTavish. Might be nice, but I think because those characters are served so well and voiced so incredibly by other well-known British actors, Gary Oldman obviously plays the Russian dude in those games, you don't really need to make a film based on that. You've already got your cinematic experience in the video game. Even the radio communications from above, where the infrared glows of the enemies descending on the hideout, are just very evocative of Call of Duty. I loved every single minute of this, and Alex Garland has claimed to be a gamer. So if he took inspiration from what used to be a great gaming franchise like Call of Duty before it got absolutely buried by ideology, well, that's only a good thing in my books. It's quite an incredible movie, and you've got an array of actors who are different shapes and sizes and some ethnicities, and these are a group of guys I can happily relate to. And that is fantastic. You see camaraderie. It's just a purely manly, masculine movie. That's all I've got to say. And, you know, the fact you've got Eric Prince's Call on Me at the beginning, just to reinforce that, is quite incredible. Alex Garland, I would say this is his best film since The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio back in the early 2000s. That's as far as I'm going. I know Garland is involved with the 28 years later release that's coming out, and obviously the other 28 films that he did with that zombie franchise. Warfare, an incredible movie. If you, like me, enjoy a very good war film like Fury or Band of Brothers, the HBO TV series, specifically #1, not #2 as much, Pacific. I wasn't a big fan of that one. This is a lovely companion piece to that and Saving Private Ryan as well. But make sure, and I tell you what, the one thing that I really liked about Warfare, that the opposing side, the Iraqi militia, these guys were not fucking around. They wanted to take out this platoon. And then you see various militaristic tactics I've not seen before. Again, not going to spoil it here in this review. You should really go and experience it for yourself. What I will say, folks, if this film is showing at an IMAX or in a theater that has Dolby Atmos, you want to experience the full force of what a G-Force might feel like, if you have trouble growing facial hair, This film will make you sprout facial hair like nobody's business by the end of the day. I'm not kidding. So if I had to give this film a rating out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 easily. It is just such a phenomenal movie and definitely one of the year's best. It was great to actually go there to the cinema and to enjoy a film that, man, it just blew my socks off. The other thing as well is, although it's recounting the events of 2006, this film actually feels like it was shot at that time because it's got the muddy palettes, the brownish filters that you'd often see in entertainment of that decade, right? So it's like a nice throwback, but the action is incredible. It feels so real. And I'm so glad that Alex Garland came to his senses and made a film that, again, after the divisive response of Civil War from last year, which I've not bothered to watch, to be honest. I heard it was pretty... It was just nice to watch a straightforward film about men trying to survive a conflict and to get out of a situation that could become very extremely horrible afterwards. Not that it already isn't, but folks, if you enjoyed my review today, make sure you give it a like, make sure you share it on social media, and if I were you, and if you were me, you should definitely return for the next video.
Like and subscribe, or get your nuts Krogan crushed on Kung Fu Hot Dog.